It's like when you be angry at some shit and then some time passes and then you're like, nah, you forget that you were angry and then some shit happens and makes you re-angry again. This is where I'm at now. And I just wanna feel like over time I've been a bit of a hateful person on here, just saying fuck a lot of people, fuck a lot of shit, fuck this, fuck that. I mean, and with that being said, I want to be consistent. So here's another person and another organization and individual I would like to give a big fuck you to them, even though I've enjoyed your content over the years.
Who?
And that's gonna be Netflix. That's gonna be Netflix. I gotta say fuck you to Netflix, you fucking fucks. You gave us a lot of beautiful things, a lot of wonderful content, but you are not gonna charge me an extra $2.99 to share my password. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, they hit you with that?
It's starting, bro. It's confirmed. The Netflix insider leaked it. It's gonna charge you $2.99 to share your password in a different location. So they're gonna start tracking where you watch your Netflix from on your account. And if it's outside of those, I guess, like setup places or register locations, it's going to charge you $2.99. So,
but
yeah,
you know the problem with that is though, like what if I'm like on my lunch break and I'm using it on my phone? So you're going to charge me for using it on my phone?
That's going to have to be your. What's going to happen is your phone's going to have to be your normal location because that's going to be your mobile location that you can walk around with, and then your house you'll probably be charged $2.99 for, or however many. I don't know what the details are on how many locations you'll be granted, and then I'm sure there'll probably be a tier like $2.99 is the base one, $5.99 is another one, $7.99. So it's just like, yeah, bro, $2.99 for shared accounts. It's on BBC right now. It's on CNET right now. It's finally being announced. So yeah, fuck you, Netflix.
No, I'm about to cancel that shit because you know what's crazy? Like I like Netflix because like I feel like it's a lot of like documentaries that come out on Netflix that are like crazy good, right? It's crazy good.
Weird shit, niche shit like that you will never see on anywhere else.
And then like they just put out like a horror movie I'm trying to watch called Incantation, which is like another found footage movie. I think we watched Spiderhead a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, Stranger Things, and they got a whole bunch of stuff.
Fire.
They got Manifest coming back. They got The Last Kingdom coming back with a movie.
And we just talked about it. We've been watching Kenan and Kel on Netflix for the past week or so. Like,
even though I can't get that, I can still go to Paramount Plus because I have that too, and it's on there too.
Okay.
But like Kenan and Kel, that's what I found on Netflix on my PS5. You know what I'm saying? They got another anime that I started watching called Vinland Saga on there. Like they got a lot of stuff, but I also feel like they got too much stuff.
Did you see that they're coming with a Tekken anime? I don't know if you play Tekken.
Oh, and Yu Yu Hakusho.
And Yu, but that's live action, and we've seen how they do live action animes, and I'm just like, Yu is one of my top 5. So for the fact that they're doing this, I'm just like, why do we did Death Note, we did Cowboy Bebop, and it's been a string of like failures on that point. So I just wish they would maybe stop that, leave that to like, you know, the overseas people who originated those series.
Yeah, but they don't even. But you know what's sad? Like, even though like they got these industries, it's like they can't put enough money into. Because you know how they be like, yo, they don't pay the animators enough to be pushing out all of this anime. I think that's starting to change now because there's a lot of good anime coming out now, right?
The genre is getting so big.
It's getting big, and because people literally are paying Crunchyroll. They're paying. I think Crunchyroll is actually now the number one and the only anime, like only place that you can watch all of these animes from if you're over here, right? Obviously, you got that's like dope. The free sites and whatnot. But for me, as somebody who uses it on their phone all the time, I got and it's only $14, but I got everything on there, right? Mm-hmm. And I know there's still
it's like a one-stop shop. You don't have to have no other app for no other show, for no other series. Like everything you need is there. But I just want to say too that it's just like, especially with all these apps, it's reaching a point where it's getting costly. Like if you have all these apps, the point of this all was to not pay the cost of cable. Cable was getting ridiculous, and for a lot of channels you don't want. But now if you got Disney Plus or you got, you know, Hulu,
I got all
Paramount Plus,
I got all of
like
them.
how much are you paying, bro? How much are you paying? You have HBO Max and Showtime and like.
No, I don't have Showtime. So I there's some of them
Okay.
I don't have, but like I'll list them out. This is wild.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Netflix,
I'm
Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
Disney. Okay, but here's the thing: Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, they come as a package for $20.
Disney has Hulu in it? Comes with
Hulu? Yeah. So you can get all three. So you get Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, all three for $19.99.
Wasn't it Discovery Plus in that bundle?
No,
or
Discovery Plus. Anymore. Discovery Plus is out, but I also have Discovery Plus because I love Ghost Adventures. So like that, but that's like $6 right there.
Okay,
right?
That's 4 that you're paying for, even though you said like 7 already. So that's 4 you're paying for.
I'm not done. So let me see: Netflix, Hulu, Disney, ESPN, Discovery, Paramount. Amazon. Well, Amazon Video Prime Video comes with Amazon Plus.
So you're Amazon paying for Prime. It, but not paying for it, kind of.
Exactly.
Sort of. I get you. Okay. That's
I just got YouTube. I just got YouTube
Premium. You did say that. And why?
For my kid. Like when he's watching his like his Hey Bear videos and stuff like that, right?
Gotcha.
The ads come up, and sometimes those ads be an hour long.
It'd be a movie. The ad be a movie. Like if I'm sleeping and I'm letting YouTube play like some storm or ambient music to sleep, I'll wake up. It'll be a whole fucking ad of like an hour and a half movie. But I realized that's how they cheat the system to get their video or whatever views. They put it as ads. So a bunch of videos are rolling in as ads. And even when you skip it, you have to wait that couple seconds and it still counts as at least a view for those couple seconds.
And because he really enjoys like his songs and stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't want him to get like interrupted, like if he's chilling, you know what I'm saying?
Keep him focused while you could do whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
I will say, I'm a man of cheaper means. So a lot. I got a lot of friends that use a lot of services. I always piggyback off their accounts, throw them a couple dollars when I want to watch something in particular. But like I said, I
have them all here. All right, here we go. Crunchyroll, Discovery Plus, Disney Plus, ESPN, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime Video. Now I have Apple TV for some reason, and then YouTube.
They tried to give me that free when I bought my Mac.
And this is the problem. I got it for free because they do have some shows on there that I did want to look at, but I didn't use it enough because I ain't got time, and so I didn't. But then they charged me. They charged me for but it's like $6. I think all in total, $14.99, $6.99.
It's got to be at least like $20.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Right.
But the selection that I have is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're sitting there about
it's on demand too, so it's when you want to watch it at your own pace. I get it, but it's just the price of having all of those and then keeping up with the content that's constantly rolling out on all of those is becoming too much. And Netflix, they thought they were gonna fuck us over by putting ads in. But they were like, nah, we're probably going to lose, even though they're losing 1 million subscribers.
They lost 2 million subscribers like a couple of months ago. They lost like another 600 something plus subscribers. Because listen, once people watch the show, they're done.
They're out.
They just wait. They just wait till you bring it back again.
Right.
They'll buy it again.
New trial.
And but you see, and this is why I think they do not put out more than 1 season per year, because they know if they did that, people would know exactly when to buy back in. So now if they don't tell you, if they don't give it to you often like that, you have to stay there, and then they don't drop all of them shows at the same time, right? Like I watched Last Kingdom came out, the 5th season came out in like March or April. I finished that. Peaky Blinders ain't come out until May. Watch that. Stranger Things came out at the end of May. Didn't even give me all of the episodes.
Right.
And they gave me the other half in July.
Yeah. So you can't really.
So they force you to pay for that month of June.
Right.
To stay there to wait till July.
And then get you again. Like,
it's ridiculous.
It's like you a fiend and they give you just enough to keep you addicted. Like, all right, you gonna come back?
Exactly.
I mean, shit. With that being said, hit me in my DMs on Instagram if you want to know any of the free sites that I watch all this shit on. because I ain't paying for half of these streaming services, and this shit is just too much. When you want to watch one show from over here, one movie from right here, shit's getting out of hand. So on BBC, it's saying that you'll be allowed one home location to your account, and then it'll cost you $2.99 per month to add a second location to your account. So literally just one. I don't even. If you have a family account, it lets multiple people watch it at the same time, right?
Yeah, because you get multiple screens. That's the thing. It's multiple screens. So you're telling me I can only use the multiple screens in the one household,
in the one location?
It doesn't
or is
make
it
any
one
sense.
Location per screen? Like you can, or you can set location per screen. Like this shit is.
Because like I share my account with my homeboy, and like everyone used to. It's like now I have to look at them in the face, be like, you gotta get your own shit, bro, because I can't.
It's gonna cause a lot of friendships is hinging on that password for that Netflix. That's the only reason niggas is talking right now. So I don't know how it's gonna work. And then you have multiple profiles. So does each profile get a location?
Do you see? That's what I'm saying. How do you play it? How do
the kids' accounts work?
But you know what's crazy? Like Paramount Plus ain't worried about that shit. Hulu don't give a goddamn about that shit. You know what I mean? Like HBO Max don't give a fuck about that shit. They're like, yeah, whatever, dog.
Netflix blew their load early, and
because they were the first.
Constantly
you see, that's the problem.
To keep up. Constantly.
And this is when I knew they were going to have an issue in years to come. I think it was 2011, 2012. Before that, they had a bigger collection than they have right now. They had a collection of Korean movies and stuff.
Facts.
I was tapped in. Facts. One day I'll log on, all of it was gone, and then I realized they had a deal with some with like
the distributor or whoever had the rights to the stuff. Yeah,
and they let the cancel out because they were now going to focus on original. Now here's the thing, though. You're not making enough money to make all of these originals at the same time.
To keep the same pace that you were acquiring things, it's impossible. Like you would have to have like 500 studios around the world constantly in production on things at the same rate.
Like they rather spend their money buying shows that's already made. Mm-hmm. And then hoping
with an established fan base,
and then keeping the original shows. You know what I mean? Like they're like, all right, we can spend some money here and there because Stranger Things was expensive. Like it was almost reaching like Game of Thrones level per episode,
and it's only getting more expensive. Just the leasing of the music alone, those iconic songs is like flabbergasting amounts. Like I would love to see a budget rundown for like one of these shows. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. That's why a lot of times people like shows go with original music or like you know what I'm saying, or like
renditions of songs,
free, or like they change it up so they don't have to pay. But like Netflix, like, nah, fuck that. Stranger Things, all of that 80s shit that they be using, bro, they got to pay for all of it.
And those are the hits too. So those hits go for the top dollar. Like you're not using B cuts, C cuts, back album hits. But also just on the Stranger Things topic, really quick, Millie Bobby Brown is about to be the highest paid actor at the age of 20. That's with crazy. This next movie she got coming out. Because it's gonna be her first role outside of Stranger Things.
It's not her first role.
It's not?
She was in Godzilla. She was in Godzilla, 2 of them.
Because it says she
was in Enola Holmes. That's another one.
Highest paid actress for an actor under 20. Okay. So I'm guessing it's just because of this recent Stranger Things that she's getting this crazy bag. She ain't got many roles. Oh yeah, she's only got 2 other roles: Godzilla versus Kong and Enola Holmes.
Yep.
Which was,
and she was
also
the main
for Netflix,
and she was the main character in So there was Godzilla versus Kong, which is the last one that came out. Then she was in the second Godzilla, King of Monsters. She was the main character in that one because they didn't continue with the because Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen. You know what's funny? Here's a funny shit. So Marvel, right, when they did Age of Ultron. What's his name?
Who do he play?
Quicksilver.
Okay.
And you know that they were brother and sister, right?
Right.
Do you
He
know
okay.
that's the same dude who played Kick-Ass? Right?
Huh?
Yeah. So he's the same dude that played Kick-Ass.
Wanda. Oh wow.
Now here's the funny part: they were brother and sister in Age of Ultron. They were the couple in the first Godzilla movie.
No way.
Yeah.
No. I don't think it's the same. Oh, you're right. That's cool. What if she has it like in her contract? I need to work with this dude. I like this dude. Go get that.
I mean,
that guy.
I feel
That
like
could be like Adam Sandler always hires like his
the
same
same
crew.
people. Yeah.
That could be cool. Just always
It's
have
just
him
like
in their movies.
Jordan Peele, right? Like Nope came out. He has Kiki
It's
Palmer.
coming
He
out. I don't
has
think it's.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
coming
think
out.
it's
Yeah.
out yet, but it's coming out. I can't wait
He
to
has
see that shit.
Daniel. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't
Daniel
want to butcher it.
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. All right. He had Daniel
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. Like, yo, here's the thing. This is black excellence right here. I was
Facts.
watching Daniel's
Stephen Yeun is in it
IG.
also from
Oh,
Walking
really?
Dead. Yeah,
That's
I think I
fire.
said
I
his
like
last
that
name
dude
wrong.
too.
Oh yeah, Stephen Yeun.
I was looking at Daniel's IG because they did the premiere. Dude, ain't nothing make me happier than seeing niggas come together celebrating.
When we come together and celebrate like authentically,
yeah,
it's dope.
dude,
It's
that's just
dope.
beautiful. Michael B.
It's dope.
Jordan, John Boyega,
Bro.
Letitia Wright,
Bro.
Carucci was there, Travis Scott. Like,
is Carucci in the movie?
Nah, they were just at the after party.
Oh, okay.
It looks so lit, bro. I'm like, yo, this right here,
Black
it made my
Hollywood,
day because I was so happy. I was like, this is what happiness for black people should look like, bro. I'm like, this is dope. That was dope. It was nice to see that.
Black Hollywood. Like, do you remember when Black Panther came out? How everyone was like, "We all African."
They dropped
now.
the trailer for the second one.
Did they? Wait. I think I saw a poster. The King or something.
I feel like
sometimes
like there's these obscure sites because like Google, like when I go to my Google on my phone and like the homepage, like before I search for anything, it gives me like all these news articles.
Yeah.
So like there's these obscure websites that be like, oh, Black Panther 2 Wakanda trailer. I opened it up. I didn't look at it yet. I gotta look at it to see if it's the actual trailer. Because they're also trying to. There was also saying, what's it called? The new Spider-Man. And they were saying the name of, I don't know if it was a fan made film, but it was called Spider-Man Freshman Year or some shit like that. So like
freshman, for college.
Yeah, for college.
Got it.
But like I don't know, but like
there's a lot of fan made fictional stuff going around. Like everybody wants to be the first with like a leak or a scoop or something like that. So can't believe everything you see and only half of what you hear. And with that being said, nigga gassy. I Hate It Here podcast. It's your boy Russ.
It's your boy Kev.
And we are back as usual.
It's hot as fuck in this bitch. I'm trying to go to sleep in this AC, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't lying. Gonna lie. Episode 35, fucking heat wave across the world, actually. Like, I know in Europe, they are cooking. Like,
bro, Greece is under wildfires.
When the land is so dry, all it takes is like
one spark,
one bad cigarette, you throw it away, don't fully go out. It just take everything, bro. So if you work outside, stay hydrated, stay covered, stay in the shade.
If you're inside, close your blinds to stop the sunlight coming in. Close your windows because the air is not going to help you. Like if you don't have an AC, I understand. I understand. Like if you got to put a fan, I understand. But stay hydrated. You know what I mean? Like make sure that you put cold water on towels, put them on your heads. Like you know what I'm saying? Like do your best to stay cool because I ain't gonna lie to you, this heat is trying to kill niggas.
It's no joke.
When niggas were sitting here crying over global warming, none of you motherfuckers wanted to listen. Now y'all cooking.
Speaking of global warming, did you see how the internets they coming for Kylie Jenner because apparently she takes 17-minute jet rides
she got money. LA. She paid for it. Cool.
But then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a environmentalist and blah blah blah." But then you take jet rides just so you don't have to take a 30-minute car ride. Like it's so these celebrities are so fucking fake, man. It's shit's baffling what they'll tell us to do and then what they'll go and do.
I mean, the thing is this though, right? Like, I know in LA, a lot of people start doing the helicopter things. Rest in
Facts.
peace
Oh
to
yeah,
Kobe.
New York here too.
Like, rest in
From
peace
the
to Kobe, because
airport
that's why Kobe was passed away, because he was taking the helicopter to go to the camp, right?
to the
And I can understand that because it's faster. You don't have to deal with
beat
traffic. But you can only do that if you got paper.
Facts. It's
So
a rich
I
thing.
can't fault her, because if I had like that much money, dog, I'd be a lazy ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, to go to
It's
the
like
store, I
having a
have a
chef,
driver.
but
Yeah,
you could
exactly.
cook.
Yeah. But I do understand what people are saying though, because a 17-minute plane ride, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
You probably take longer in the airport checking your bags, going through the little
nah,
scanning.
you just go on the tarmac though. That's the thing. They never have to go inside. They just go to the tarmac.
When you get on a jet, they don't check your bags.
Fuck no. Why you think like that one time Juice World, rest in peace, got arrested? They found like all them bags of marijuana, all them guns on the private plane. You skip custom. You don't go through customs when you fly private.
So you could get on a private plane with a bunch of guns, a bomb, and do whatever. The pilot is still registered with the FAA, so they still have to call in.
It.
Yeah, so
yes.
So I would think he would check bags or make sure they don't have no. Yo, this is crazy. Ain't nobody safe. We ain't never safe, bro.
So
Jesus
why you think?
Christ.
Why you like?
I know it's private. I think when I think private, I just think of you're on your own plane where nobody else is. Like everything is for you. You have your own. But I didn't think like you don't go through like TSA. You don't go through customs. You don't go through.
I think you do. Like you do go through
It's
checks,
like you just
but
get
not
out your
like
car
but not like TSA. Like you just go straight to the tarmac. You hop on your plane. You go.
I guess if you rich enough for a private jet, you ain't really trying to bomb shit or blow
I'm about
shit
to
up.
I'm about to play the Mega Millions and Powerball this weekend. 660 million for the Mega Millions, 120 million for the Powerball.
660 million.
After taxes, you get 300 something million.
I would hope four, at least four.
At least
420.
It's close. It's close up there. It's almost close up there.
Depending on what bracket you're already in, or if you owe whatever. But
yeah,
dang,
and then
$500 million.
Whew. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm gonna go so far away and be so hidden. People gonna think I died. They're gonna be like,
I'm gonna buy a private island. To be honest with you, bro, I'll buy a private island.
Private islands is for pedophile billionaires now. You can't even. When we was young, you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go on a private island." They ruined that.
They fucked up. They fucked up the vibe. They fucked.
Yeah, you can't now. If you tell somebody you got an island, you're like, "What you doing on that island?"
Yeah, no, you're right. I want to buy a castle and just modernize.
Yeah. You do like a gated community or buy a whole town. Buy a whole fucking town.
You know, there's mad abandoned towns in like the middle of America. Like,
bro,
like I saw a picture. Like, it's all these houses abandoned. A whole town, dude. I'd buy the whole town, and then like I pick one spot. I build the Bruce Wayne mansion, bro. I swear.
Wayne Manor,
dog.
Fuck, I told you to change your background too. Use the same background for every episode.
No, I don't.
You do.
Well, for the last, you gonna say something?
Nigga. I try to make it look different. I switch my shirt and shit for the people on the camera.
I switch my shirt at least. I be tired as hell. I be tired as hell, dude. These white people got me stressed at work and everything. I be sitting there. I be like, yo, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
It's all good now. Fuck it, but yeah, man. So
juice. But like, yeah, dude. Like, once I get that, if I win that shit, bro, shit, I'm out. You ain't nobody gonna hear from you. Only like 10 people gonna hear from you.
I'm gonna just send a couple people checks. Like, they just gonna randomly get checks in the mail.
That's what I'm.
And your life is set. Like, you gonna know it's from me, but don't contact me. That's a lot of money. Don't talk about
like, for me, like, I do want to build that generational wealth for like 30, 40 generations. Like, they're fucking like close to billions. You know what I'm saying? I expect them to take it, and I expect them to run up the bag some more so that this family will never be broke again.
They say though, the when you give the family members money generationally, it's less likely that they run up the bag because it was
because the
just
bag.
handed to them.
But the thing is, though, the bag stays kind of the same because it's a lot of money.
You would hope it stay intact, but then you're gonna get that one fuckhead nephew that gets sued like 30 times. You know,
but
starts
you know
a
what
bunch
you
of
got to do.
scams. Like,
You know what you got to
people
do
just
though.
start to
Like
fuck it off when it's given to them.
you gotta when they turn 18, you gotta give them conditions in order to get the money. Those conditions is what teaches them the responsibility, and you know what I'm saying, to make sure that they don't fuck it up, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think
What
what
would
I'm
your
gonna do is
conditions?
I'd be like, well, first of all, I'd be like, if you don't want to go to college, um, if you either college, trade school, or you know what I'm saying, like work on a craft, you know what I mean, try to do something constructive. I'm trying to figure out like kind of the details, but like do something constructive, you
Start
know
a
what I'm saying?
charity, start a
Yeah, let me
fucking
say like, or like, you can
a
actually go
club.
intern somewhere, like, try to get into a business, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Try to do something for yourself. I mean, I won't let you just sit there and not have money on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I ain't gonna let you
You
go
gotta
buy
work
a
for
big
something.
ass house. I'm like,
But
establish yourself somehow, learn those skills for yourself.
that's
And then once you get to a certain point, it's like, all right, cool. Now this money is unlocked to you to
to
further that.
do
Once
whatever
you
you want
find
to
that
do.
purpose and you find what you want to do and you've completed those steps, then here's the money, go expand it, and just give back, and also like do some charity work too, because
That
i
works
really
great.
i really
And
want to give back to the world. Like that's one thing I really want to
I
do.
think that you are like that because you grew up without.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when you get it, you have a sense of I've been without, so now I have to give to others without, and then I also have to make sure that I'm not without again. But what
Yes.
happens with a lot of rich kids, they have never been without. It's like T.I.'s son that we were talking about like last episode or the
Last
episode
week.
before.
Yeah.
He's always had money. He's always had people and notoriety and all that. So his motivation, it's hard to motivate him because it's like, what do I work for? I have everything I want. My dad's rich. I can walk into anywhere on my face card and get anything. So it's hard
But
to put motivation into people who really don't have to have it, like.
you're right, but that's the parents' fault at a certain point too. And I can
Yeah.
speak on this now because I'm a parent now, right? So now I studied how people kind of raise their kids, and I kind of see where they go wrong in certain instances and stuff like that. Your kids will understand. Your they they get to a certain age where money, they don't understand what money is. They just
Facts.
understand that if they ask you for something, you're like, okay, put that on your wish list. When they do something good, when they do a chore, like I believe in when you do the hard work and you put your work in, like you deserve the fruits of
The
your
fruits of
labor,
your
right?
labor,
And
right?
sometimes you do deserve just a random gift. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the random gifts is like a part of the love that I have for you. But then the stuff that you earn is because you use your hands. You know what I
You
mean?
work
You put
for
your
it.
boots on the ground. So I
Facts,
think a
facts.
lot of times, like when these like people get wealthy, like it's the other side of being poor and becoming rich. It's like I didn't have, now I got to give you everything so that you don't have to feel that, right?
Like you don't have.
And
It's a
for
double-edged
me,
sword.
I'm gonna give you all the necessities that I didn't have. Like everything that was necessary, I'm gonna make sure you have. Yeah, I might throw it. Like you need clothes. Sometimes I put you in some designer shit. You want some sneakers? Cool, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you all of the necessities to the max. Now, all of the extra stuff, that's where the
That's on
chores, the
you.
responsibilities,
Right.
working hard, getting good grades in school. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Like,
fuck that. If I get rich, I'm gonna just take my kid to the hood once a month and just have a bunch of crackheads beat him up. Nigga, that shit humble you when you standing out front store arguing with a
but that's where the
crackhead.
charity work, because I feel like if that's just me. Like, I'm not saying parents some of you parent wrong. I ain't gonna lie, but like,
We're all just winging it. And you don't realize that as a kid. Sometimes as a kid, you think your parents are like the smartest people, they know better. And then you become an adult and you're like, oh, you was just freestyling. You was just making shit up, huh?
fam,
You
I ain't
just
gonna lie to
fucking, you
you.
didn't know what the fuck you was doing with me. And now we just both freestyling being in life. So shit
There's a
is
lot of
funny.
times, like I
Don't
think
blame your
about.
parents for their mistakes because a lot of them don't know and a lot of their parents didn't teach them. But at the same
especially when
time,
it goes from generation to generation, because like
yeah,
you
everybody
want to be the
freestyling.
generation that is better than the last, and sometimes it's not their fault, right? And like that's why a lot of times like there are some things like that is
Oh, no,
inexcusable,
yeah,
one
that's what I was
hundred
gonna
percent.
say. If they're abused and all of that, a lot of it is their fault. If they're
And there's a
directly
lot of
abusing you,
toxicity, you know what I'm saying?
facts,
Obviously
facts.
that's wrong.
But then a
But
lot of
there's a
shit
lot of things
that's just
like, especially like, listen, I'm like, when I think about how much should I be paying for, like, even though I wasn't really an expensive kid, I never really asked for expensive stuff. For some reason, that just wasn't me, right?
mhm,
But even though, but you see how I'm older now, I just buy whatever I want. But
whatever you
like,
want.
I understand, you know what I'm saying, why like, you know, certain things like when the Pokemon game came out, my dad bought me the game, but he didn't buy me the Game Boy because like it's a lot of money. I'm like, I could buy the Game Boy later. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Um, but then one of my friends gave me a Game Boy that they wasn't using. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind
Mhm.
of, you start to understand why they were doing what they're doing and the type of situation it is, because it's like, damn, that I understand. Like it wasn't easy. You was working your ass off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Just to get that
like
game. I
yeah, dude.
didn't
Like I
realize how much this was worth to how much work, how much. And it's funny when you get a job, like when you first start working, you realize how much work in an hour you have to do to afford like one thing. So now as an adult,
Christ.
I'm like, my rent, I'm like, okay, I gotta work this amount of hours to pay my rent. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta work this amount of hours to pay. So when I see some shit and I'm just like, oh, it's $200, I'm like, how many hours of work is that? Do I want to
Exactly.
work that many hours for just this thing right now? And that really helps me make choices on shit I want. Even though I'm always a nigga like treat yourself, buy that shit, do that shit, live that shit
But there's a
up.
lot of math that goes into it.
Right. There's that
A lot of
inverse of
math, a lot of thought. Yeah.
yeah, how I'm gonna have to afford to do this if I do want to do this and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
it's tough. There's a lot going on. It's a lot fucking going on. You were saying you had some Reddit shower thoughts you wanted to get into.
Oh yeah, though. I love Reddit. I found Reddit. I know it's been here for years,
Right.
but I'm an old ass nigga. All right,
So
I'm a.
basically,
Oh,
the,
there was hold on. There was a picture that I
mhm.
saw the other day, and basically it said, "Oh, let me find it," because I sent it to my girl. She thought it was funny as fuck. If you want to be happy, get an old person from 1990 to 1999 and settle down. Those people are tired. Somebody commented, if those from 1990 to 1999 are considered as old people, what does that make those from between 1980 to 1989? The person responded, you mean the ancestors?
The ancestors is
That's
grimy
wild shit. That's a wild
because
shit.
that make you sound like you like a foreign memory, like you passed
Like you are
away and
all the old souls
like
in the
the
distant
great
plane
great
that the Black
greats,
Panther went into.
the ancestors. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pray to my ancestors. Your uncle right there, he was born in '84. Like, that's crazy.
All right, so let me see. So yeah, explain some shower thoughts. I'm gonna post.
Well, I just want to explain what it is. A shower thought is basically a thought you have in the shower. Like a lot of people have different thoughts when they're in the bathroom taking a shit or just fucking washing up in the morning. Like, yo, why are rocks hard? Is water wet? Shit like that. So Reddit is a fucking treasure trove of those. So what you got? A lot of them
All
make
right,
you think, and then a lot of them are just like whatever.
so this one, horses are probably the animal that got farted on the most.
Um, yeah, yeah. Because what other animal are we riding in that capacity as
I know some
much?
places they ride elephants and stuff like that, but if you do that to an elephant, I bet you he gonna stomp you out, then show up at your
Toss your
funeral and stomp
ass.
you out again. Like,
That's probably why he stumped that lady, but so she could fart on me. I look like a horse.
so another one is porn has more replay value than movies or TV shows.
Not true.
I don't think so either.
Not true. Because after you, if you jacking it to porn, after you bust that nut, you don't want to see it anymore. you don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, no.
You are not invested.
That post nut clarity is wild. You just do. Yo, I closed the video. I closed the Safari. I clear browser. I don't
history.
even want to know. Like, just don't. I go to if I want to. I go to a different site next time, so that it just go. It just fades into page 500, 662.
Damn.
Yeah, I just wait till it fades. I don't want to see that video because I'm disgusted with myself. Like, it's horrible. It's horrible.
I don't know about replay value because once it's over for me, bro.
Let's see.
A good action scene? No. Yeah, that's like in Stranger Things, again, spoiler alert, when that Demogorgon was fighting those Russians in that cage,
that shit was fire.
Nigga, replay value? I watched that shit in slow motion. When he jumped on the dude's back and pulled his like skull over the top of it, I'm like, whoa, replay, rewind. So I don't know about that.
There was some that I did like. Hold on, let me blah.
What else you got? Let's see if I can find a couple. I think they're cool. A lot of them make you think.
They are cool, man. They got some. They got some good ones,
how did
bro.
You,
like,
what were you doing to think of that, or how did that?
Oh damn! Hold on. All right, let me go back here.
Let's see.
We're not addicted to our phones. We're addicted to our apps.
I mean, but our apps are on our phones, so
yeah.
People could say the same things about a tablet or whatever.
Let's see. Lying under oath doesn't matter if you are the only one that knows the truth.
Then is it a lie?
Well, think about it. If they don't know the truth and you're just telling your side of everything and nobody else was there, how would they know that you're lying?
Right. If I only know the truth, anything I tell you
could be the truth and you don't even know.
Right. That's different.
Let's see.
This is important that we were just talking about that heat wave. This one says air conditioning will have to be a human right one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see? Because I feel like every house should have central air.
It's going to become a point where heating and cooling is going to be needed or you won't survive in this earth.
When you pay your rent, like a lot of places now are starting to include heating and like air and like all that other shit. Like some places that because it depends, because there's some like condo type of like apartments, they cover like heating, hot water, cooling, electricity, and all that, and that's all included in your rent. I feel like that all should be included in your rent. Granted, I know electricity might fluctuate, so I get why you pay for your own electricity.
Yeah, or how much you might use.
Heating and the cooling, though, it's like.
I mean, shit, when it comes to rent, they're always looking for a way to nickel and dime you. So they will include shit that it makes no difference to them, but you will be paying for it. So.
And so here's my last one. Chimps and gorillas might be conscious enough to wonder how humans got so smart.
I can't believe it. Once I saw there was like a chimp, they had him in a lab and they put a touch screen in front of his face and they were making him touch the numbers 1 through 9 in order. So he was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they would scramble all the numbers and he would still find 1, 2, 3 and still do it in order. So for some reason, to me, I was like, they understand a lot more than we probably understand that they understand.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the same thing with dolphins.
Like we know they're smart, but they might be smarter on a level of like being an animal that we don't understand as intelligence yet. So shit like that.
I always question that too, because when you look at other animals like lions and stuff like that, like I'm not saying that they're not smart, but they don't have the like I think consciousness is a very
It's
a very
difficult to talk
complex
about.
thing
Yeah.
to like talk about when it comes to animals because like I think dogs are great. You telling me a dog doesn't have it's not conscious? It
No,
knows when
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but like when you look at lions, they're like, are they conscious as well? Like,
It's like a tier list, honestly.
yep.
Like
Mm-hmm.
how and I guess humans will be at the top, but what level of consciousness does an animal rest at? Like bees, I don't think bees are very I think they just do what they do based on
They
like
do the same
DNA.
thing
Like
every time.
this
Yeah.
is what they just know to do. They're not thinking like, oh, the weather today is like, oh, it's really beautiful. I'm just gonna, that flower. Like they don't think that, but I think like dogs can like stop and look at stuff and
Mm-hmm.
admire stuff and show emotion and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
That's the
But
thing, the showing emotion. But then there's a lot of the showing emotion, I think, is kind of for me at least, is like where you kind of determine like where they
yeah,
at because like if there's certain animals that can't show emotion, but the ones that do, they always are a little bit more further along that line. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's
So
like
like,
a emotional intelligence that they
mm-hmm,
understand their feelings enough to show an emotion
mm-hmm. I mean,
to
shit, it's like
process
that
it.
elephant we talked about. Like the nigga was pissed off. He was
Like
like,
it
"I'm
was
gonna run
angry.
down on this bitch, bro." Like, and then he found out where the funeral was. Come on,
I
man.
still want to know who told him, who told him where it was, who told him when it was, and who let him in. That sounds
Who
like an
gonna stop
inside
him?
job.
Who gonna
I
stop
don't
him?
know. I
That
don't
shit was
know. I didn't know
crazy.
India had elephants just running rampant like that. They sound
Well,
like
it
they
was at
just
a
be on the
sanctuary.
street.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
So
It
they at
is. It
his
is. Here's
land.
the thing. It escaped, trampled her, found the funeral, trampled her again.
I don't get it, and maybe it's not meant for me to understand, but god damn.
Oh man,
God
what you
damn.
got, bro?
I mean, I'm trying to breeze through these stories. I feel like we're already into it. But again, I just want to say I know I've been a hateful person up here, and I will continue to be. But I also want to show love because this person has brought me much joy over the years. And we spoken about her a numerous amount of times, and that is my beautiful white queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. The Halloween Ends trailer just dropped, and I'm even more excited for this one than the last one, even though that one was a
That one was
flop kind of.
fucking trash.
It was kind of a flop halfway, and that was because she wasn't in it enough. It was about her fucking granddaughter that was a fucking crybaby snowflake, like running through the woods on some white girl shit.
Doing
So
all the dumb shit, bro.
just typical horror movie shit. No, but this one, the trailer, Laurie versus Michael, straight off banger. They going
So is
at
this
it
going to be
like
the last one? Last one?
they say it's called Ends, but you know how these franchises do. They'll reboot it
Yeah.
in a couple years. His name will be Myers Mike, and then it'll be in a new
Oh,
town.
and
Like,
they'll make it a woman, and they'll try to do all
yeah,
type of
right,
shit.
right.
Yeah.
Michaela Myers. She'll be
Michaela,
French.
yeah.
Yeah, like some shit like that. And then she'll be killing white men. It'll be some fucking like I don't know, but this I'm excited for again because in the trailer she's up and out that hospital bed and she's getting to the fuck shit. So I like when she plays these tough characters. So I'm looking forward to it. Love you, Jamie. See you soon, baby girl.
Fucking disgusting. Next.
Let me do this. All right, so because we do have some science shit, but I want to do science shit at the same time. I just want to say, what about the children? What about the
Yo,
children?
I know what
Remember Whitney Houston said the children are the future?
mm-hmm.
Now everything is like our kids, our kids, our kids, but nobody gives a fuck about these kids. Like we just
They
gotta
give a
say
fuck
it.
about their motives. That's about
And
it.
it's trickled down all the way down to the stuffed animal, not the stuffed animals, the mascots in the amusement parks. So did you see the Sesame Street?
Oh yes.
The
Yo, you
Sesame
know what?
Street
Fuck that
looked at that.
person.
They looked at
Because you
that
know why?
that black little girl and was like, nope,
Two of them.
nope.
And you saw the
you.
hand movement.
Don't
She
touch
was like,
you.
no. She tried to play it off. It was like, nah, I was just
it was
not.
to a lady next to her or some shit like that. That was a report I saw they put out, but I'm just like, nah, bro, that shit played horrible. And then even on top, they said it's this is the third time that's happened with this same Rosita character.
They gotta fire that bitch.
What
They gotta fire that bitch.
She was waving, and then she looked down and was like, not you, not you.
Fam, yo, you know that breaks my heart, right? Because you know why? I used to watch the N1 mixtape tour when I was younger.
Fire. I still watch some clips on YouTube.
They're fire. And one time I was at church, and across the street from my church was a basketball court. Escalade used to play at that court when he was younger.
No way.
So one time he was over there and they were filming. Bro, I went over there to go meet the dude, and now I'm a fat nigga, and I'm like, this fat nigga balling on niggas. That's why I was balling on niggas, right? Bro, and I looked up at him, and rest in peace to Escalade, see he passed away. And I met him, and it was just like one of those moments when I'm
shout out my fellow Queens brother.
Yeah,
bro. He was 375 pounds,
balling on niggas,
moving,
and like that was like my hero because I was a big nigga just balling on niggas too, right?
Troy Jackson, say that man's name. He died in his sleep of a heart disease, man. Damn, and man, then rest in peace.
I met him, dapped him up. They filmed it. I think it made
Where? I'm finding this right now.
I'm
finding this right the fuck now.
I think they had the clip of him going there.
What was the name of the park?
I think it's like Francis Lewis something.
Oh, Francis, nigga! I forgot you from you in the city too. I know that park.
Yeah. Because there was a church there, and like my church was renting the space for when they were there on the weekends, right? Because we went to church on Saturday, and he was over there, and I was like, yo, I ran to my parents. I was like, yo, can I go over there because they know I watched the show. They knew because it was on ESPN. They knew I watched the show, so they ain't gonna say nah, don't go. Like they actually let me go, which was like, wow, thank you. I met him. Cameras was there. I was like, yo, this is fucking amazing, bro.
I'm gonna find this. I don't want to get too off track of the episode, but that would be dope to find, bro. That would be really dope to find. Shout out to the whole N1.
Shout out to them.
Escalade, niggas. Hot Sauce, Professor, fucking everybody.
Skip to my Lou,
fucking.
There's mad niggas.
There's so many niggas. I just can't even.
There's mad niggas on there.
Just keep riffing.
I think they did a 30 for 30 too.
On the whole company.
And one mixtape tour. Yeah,
I watched a lot of Professor on YouTube.
Yeah, because he's still balling out here. Yeah.
He actually did a No Jumper interview, and he was saying how
I gotta watch that one.
They sold to like some British dudes because the British dude's son loved N1. So the guy was like a rich, like millionaire, was like, fuck it, we'll just buy the company for my son type shit. Yeah. And then his son ain't know what to do. And then the shit kind of went downhill, but it definitely had a run.
So like to meet somebody that you've been watching on TV, you know what I'm saying? Like as a kid is huge. Bro, so like you got these two little girls who literally just trying to get a hug and get a picture and you just diss them like that, bro. Like the one thing I hate is when people like crush a child's like.
That's why I'm like, what about the kids? Like, are we gonna act like this is not a place for kids? It wasn't like the adults was like trying to force something on you. That's not policy. It's like these two kids just wanted a handshake or a high five, or you know, they reached out to you for a hug or whatever the fuck. You're in a parade and you're just like,
fuck you.
Right after you are hugging a white little girl or high-fiving a white baby, it's just like, damn, whatever you meant, regardless, it looks bad.
It looked bad.
It looks
and
bad.
I think they put out a statement. They're saying, you know.
Yeah, I was actually reading it right now. They're holding up the respect and we're inclusive and blah, blah, blah. All the generic buzzwords companies
Fire
use.
that bitch. I'm sorry. fire that motherfucker. Because you should not be putting like, yo, this is why like racism is always going to be a thing. Because like this shit's that's never going to end, right? Like it's going to take a miracle of God for this shit to end. But for you to sit here and do that to kids, bro, like it wouldn't matter
You
to
work
me.
at a kids park. You know you dealing with children all day. You know you gotta know. Like
All types of kids too, bro. Like get your head out your ass, you dumb bitch. I hate
oh
that shit.
my
That shit pissed me
God.
off.
In
That
one
shit pissed-
video, she knocked over a kid. Oh my! I'm just saying she because the character is Rosita.
Shit, yeah,
It's supposed to be
yeah.
a Latina from Sesame Street.
And that makes
But
it worse.
right.
It's not even a white like Sesame Street character.
Right, a character.
It's the Latino one. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You are a Muppet of color, supposedly, whatever the fuck.
And this is what you do, stupid ass bitch. Fuck you.
Knock this little kid over. Yikes! Yeah, so it's a lot of shit going on. I fucking hate it here, and I'm just like, damn, man. What about the kids? What about the kids?
Well, you know, there is somebody who's been showing mad love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the person's not a kid, but like, you know, to younger people. Apparently, Ricky Martin been living La Vida Loca for real, my nigga. For real. So I think it was last week, a story came out that his 21-year-old nephew filed for a restraining order against Ricky Martin because they were in a relationship for 7 months and then they broke up.
This is his blood nephew, like his sister's
blood nephew
or his brother's son. Ricky's gay, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, let me make sure that's before the.
Yes.
Okay. So Ricky's gay. He's sleeping with his 21-year-old nephew.
The nephew said that like they broke up, and like Ricky would be around the house trying to see him loitering around the place. He was like, "Nah, you gotta get the fuck away from me." He was saying that there was mad like.
So Ricky broke up with his nephew.
The nephew broke up.
Broke up with Ricky, and then Ricky started stalking him
like a bitch,
like a fucking scorned ex-girlfriend.
Yes, basically.
This shit is deep. Wait, how long you said they was?
7 months.
So almost a year.
So
who initiated? Because y'all gotta know y'all related. Like I'm your uncle.
You see, that's the problem. I don't know all those details, but either way, incest is disgusting.
That's also next.
And Ricky Martin was facing 50 years on the Puerto Rican law.
You Ricky Martin, you could fuck anybody you want, bro. Like that's what,
bro. You know what's crazy? You want
shit like
you
this?
Can fuck anybody that you want. Like that's the wild part.
You rich on top of it, so you can find a straight nigga and pay him to be gay for the night. Like you can do weird shit if you want. You got the money to do weird shit with anybody you want.
Mm-hmm.
You pick your fucking nephew, bro. So now it's all through his life.
You know what they say in Alabama? Keep it in the family.
Shit. At least that's cousins, because you can have some removal through your cousins, but your nephew is your brothers or your sisters. Like, and then it's just like, I don't know.
Yo, you know, a lot of these Hollywood stars and music stars, they got a lot of like fucked up. I know everybody knows this, but they be into some weird shit. Like we all know this. We all know everyone got their weird shit. Ever since Epstein was doing the bullshit, like we all decided to understand there's some wild, weird shit that be going on behind closed doors at some of these niggas' houses. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain people when it comes out about them, you're like, damn, really, bro?
Can't be surprised, but you can't help but be shocked. Like, I'm sorry, who? Your nephew? Your what? For 7?
That's why when I saw it, I was like, yo, are you kidding me? I was like, that's wild, bro. Like he already made headlines where he came out as gay and all these women were like, oh my God. Like
you Ricky Martin, you go down to Miami, you cracking cheeks you cracking cheeks non-stop, bro. Like what are you? I don't get.
What are you doing? You can get anyone in the world and
supermodels.
You can get any girl, any dude that you want and
Right.
you gonna go after your neck. First of all, that's a bad choice. I don't understand niggas. When you have an unlimited menu, you choose the most forbidden
The
fruit
shit that's
on
off
the
the
whole.
menu, right?
Like, you choose the most forbidden fruit shit, and you just go all the way, and then
The
that's the shit
shit
that
you're
gets
gonna
you
go to
caught up.
jail for. I know, but I think, I mean, it's been long said that when you get money, it just maximizes who you really are. So if
Yeah,
you into some weird shit, and now you
yeah.
got the money, now you got bitches fucking coming over to whip you and stomp on your balls and call you stupid type shit, like whatever you into. So, and it just makes me think, like, since this is your nephew, were you looking at him his whole life?
You see,
Like until he was
that's the
like,
nasty part. That's why this
now
is
it's time.
nasty.
Now I'm gonna pounce on him and he'll like, were you grooming him on the low type shit? Like
Yo,
this
and
shit is
that's the
gets
shit that
fucking weird.
scares me. Like, grooming
It's
is
real,
a
bro.
next level shit
It's
because you are
real.
actively doing it from when they're small all the way up.
And they don't understand. They think like you're a nice person, you do fun things with them, you know, comfort them or always pleasant with them. No, you've been manipulating them slowly enough to be that person when it's time. And
You
that's
are the
some
villain,
fucking,
and you are the super villain. Like when you're
nigga, that
doing that from
shit's
young, bro.
nigga, that shit's devious, bro. That shit's fucking
But
diabolical.
you were saying that like now like things kind of got weird, like with the court
Yeah,
case.
because I was looking at some updates, and this literally came out 2 hours ago from CNN, and then you know NBC News is putting it out now too. That the nephew with he's dismissing his own case, so they dismissed the restraining order. So now
The
it's
dick
like
is good.
him and I don't get it. It's like
He,
him and the nephew are working together now to get the
yeah, because
course
they
to get the.
fucking the grooming came back. They fucking
You
yo,
think
it's like
so?
Stockholm syndrome, right? Think about it.
I was gonna say, you think he's
Once you
like,
get out, like because you've been groomed to the point where you don't know any better. Like, yo, listen, it's like
yeah,
when you come out of a toxic relationship, right? You sit there, you're like, it was horrible. But then you think about all the good times, and then you ask yourself, are you going to be able to have those good times with somebody else? That's
right.
what makes you run back, right? I feel like if the now these are allegations, obviously,
Mm-hmm,
let's preface all of this is allegations.
mm-hmm.
But the crazy part is the person who's making the allegations is now the person who's trying to backtrack on it.
And that's
So
what
it's either one or two things.
confuses me.
It's either grooming or there's money involved.
Also true too. Ricky was like, "Hey, what are you doing? I could lose everything. Like, cancel this case, and then I'll give you a couple mil." Or this dude is really in love with Ricky, or has some real feelings for Ricky, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't mean it for it to get this big. Let me go to my lawyer." The court case. I don't know if the incest part got dismissed, but the restraining order got dismissed. And
Mm-hmm.
now that the nephew is helping Ricky, it's only gonna make the incest case kind of go away if they're working together. Like, no, he didn't
Yeah,
abuse me. He didn't. We weren't sexual. He was just
yeah,
my uncle type shit,
but then
and then
it's like,
that'll
is
go
there a
away.
perjury? Is there a perjury for filling out like false statements and stuff like that?
Very true. But who brought this to light though? Was it the nephew or was it someone else in the family? Because if the
You
nephew
see,
is helping him now, it'd be weird for him to have a change of heart after he put it out.
yeah,
I
but
feel like maybe a cousin or an aunt or something like was like, "Yo, you know Ricky fucking his nephew, right?" And
yeah,
then
but here's the
somebody
problem though.
investigated and
But here's the problem though, like, so in their system, other people are allowed to fill out restraining orders for somebody else. In America, you have to be the one to ask for it if you want one.
and you barely get it. Them niggas got to be outside with a knife with a banner saying "I'm gonna kill you tonight" type shit. They
Mm-hmm.
For chicks to get restraining orders, so much shit has to happen to them first. It's kind of fucked up. But go
It's
ahead.
kind of fucked. It's mad fucked up. This
It's
world's
like they
fucked up.
hate it here.
It's fucked up. But yeah, so
So
living la
someone
vida
filed a
loca.
restraining order on his behalf.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't know that was. I mean, I know countries have different laws, but like
Mm.
that's a crazy.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
technically, Puerto Rico is American. Do they have different laws than America?
Yeah, because they don't have Senate representation. I don't think so.
Very no, you're
they
right.
don't have
You're
Senate.
right.
They don't have Senate. They don't have a Congress. They just what's that thing called? It's like the U.S. Virgin Islands. They're just
A
a
territory.
territory.
Yeah. They
Like
have that mayor
England,
lady, I know. She
like
came out with
England
the whole
got mad territories, and
Oh,
like
I know, I know.
they'd
Like
be like, oh, you know
Scotland,
what?
Ireland
Maybe
is all part of
yeah. And then like
yeah.
some Caribbean islands too. So they're like, maybe we'll just let them go and let them do their own thing.
What's the name? Where's Rihanna from?
Barbados.
Barbados. They just got their independence from Britain like this year, or was it last year when they finally announced like we'll let y'all free now. We don't own y'all no more.
Exactly.
And then they made Rihanna like an ambassador or something for the country. It was crazy. Yeah, Ricky bugging out. I don't know what's going on. This is like not a story you kind of want on your record, but
even if it's false, you never want to, because you know what the fucked up part is. This is the fucked up part is, right? And then we'll move on. Once those allegations come out, it don't matter if you prove them wrong. People still gonna look at you a certain way and hold that against you, even though you proved your innocence.
Wrong. Right? This could be completely made up, just some rumor that spread, but
once
just
them
the
headlines go out,
alone,
every single time somebody Google your name, it's going to come up, whether it's false or not.
That's literally what I did. I didn't type anything else. I just put in Ricky Martin, and it's like 5 articles, like Ricky and his nephew.
That's just wild.
So yeah, it's a lot going on in the world.
You got anything else court related?
Oh yeah, well, not so much, but it was sort of a speculation. So the Atlanta prosecutor came out, I don't know if it was this week or sometime last week, and she was doing like a little news segment, and she was like, yeah, we love social media, we use it a lot to lock up a lot of people who are doing violent things or committing crimes. And she was saying how in the next 60 days 2 more Atlanta rappers are going to be hit with the RICO.
Now, did she say Atlanta rappers specifically?
I'm listening to the clip in the background, so I'll give you a second.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that we get the wording right, because like she just said she got 2 more RICO cases.
2 more, yeah. Because he asked her, since this is such a tool, will it be used in the future? And she said yes, there'll be 2 more in the next 60 days. So she didn't say rappers, but what her MO is rappers.
It's rappers, yeah.
Because she put YF and Lucci,
Young Thug,
Gunna. It's one more. It's Hoodrich Pablo. Is he from Atlanta? Yeah, I think it might have been Hoodrich Pablo. He's from New Jersey, but I think he got the record in RICO in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah. Oh no, yep. He was one of the 25 arrested on the RICO in Georgia. Yep, 2020.
That's crazy.
So yeah, her whole MO is taking down rappers with this RICO charge, because RICO is just conspiracy. So if you have any sort of organized group, record label, a group, a club team, a fucking biker group, anything, they
try to find a way to prove that it's a gang and then try to go about it. Yeah,
facts. So if y'all are it's best not to give your group a name, because once you name a group legally, it becomes an organization, because you've named it. People are leaders, they're founders.
Or you don't use the same name as the gang that you was repping in the street.
Very true. And I laughed at that too with the YSL things. Like, he made his label YSL, Young Stoner Life, and then called his gang YSL, Young Slime Life. I'm like, ugh. Didn't really think that one through.
Like, you kind of put, and obviously, I don't want to comment too much because political connects or whatever, but like, like there's just certain things that you gotta kind of get ahead of and kind of be aware of. And now, and because hip hop police has been in hip hop for a long ass time, but they always used to be centered in New York. See, this is what happens when another place becomes the hub for hip hop.
The epicenter, yeah.
All of that stuff, that was bullshit that was happening in New York now, they move all of that shit to Atlanta now. because everybody is in Atlanta right now.
What happened though is instead of just the hip hop cops like being just a task force to track rappers in New York, they're the hip hop feds now. And now they're throughout the country and they monitor all the rappers of all of these states and all of these gang affiliations and all of these organizations and networks, because this shit, rap is the biggest genre right now. So much money is flowing through hip hop. Like,
and they want to know what they're doing with it. Like, it makes sense.
A lot of it is getting funneled to the streets. Niggas is catching bodies off these bags they putting on niggas' heads. A lot of niggas is doing a lot of dirt, and then they trying to keep the street shit. But what's funny is, and I spoke about it before, is that ever since, man, I can't pinpoint the time, but it was like a little bit before the YSL Rico. Like Lil Baby was going to church. He was doing all these organizational
he caught wind.
Things.
He caught wind.
I think he did, because now that this came out today, he just announced a new initiative to give jobs to like.
He's trying to get him off. He's trying to keep him off.
That nigga's. Woo. Hold on, I just want to see what it was.
So I don't want to speculate, because to be honest, I don't want nobody to go to jail. Like, the reason why I don't want this is why, right? If you deserve to, okay, cool. And but you know, you gotta have the evidence to be able to prove it. That's my thing, right? So that's where I'm at with that, right? I'm not going to sit here and condemn somebody until I know we got the facts, the evidence to back it
Absolutely.
up. 100%.
We speculate just with what we know and then what we think we know, or what could be the possibility. But what happens a lot is these things drag out for so long, and I just feel like, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, and then don't do the crime and not have enough money to defend yourself from the time.
Because them public defenders will make sure they will lose on purpose, bro.
Just to get out this courtroom from this real lawyer that's over there putting the beats on your case. So basically, he partnered with this business to hire like 100 people, some felons and from inner cities, blah, blah, blah. But my man's been working on keeping his name clean. He been in Europe doing fashion shit. He ain't been around no hood niggas.
You see now you know who you gotta look at? You gotta look at who left the country and who spends more time out of the country now. Because think about it, Atlanta is setting the tone for all of these other states. Watch now. I bet you. Give it 90 days, bro. Chicago's next.
Well,
90 days after that.
Only certain states can use this RICO law. This RICO is a federal statute, but only certain states have the ability to, because this is a state RICO. This is not a federal RICO. So only certain states can use the federal law to apply to their state code. And Georgia just so happened to be that one of those states.
I wonder if California is one.
This prosecutor, she's low-key kind of abusing it.
Yep.
Because it's such a broad charge.
Well, all right.
But it does fit under these guys do fit the criteria.
I want to say this. First of all, I am a civilian. I just want everybody to know that.
Pay my taxes.
I do not like crime in my vicinity. I don't. I can understand.
Don't do no crime around me.
I'm snitching. It's not even snitching. I'm calling the cops. I don't give a fuck.
I gotta go home. The thing is, I'm not snitching, but if someone asks me and it becomes me or the truth getting told, my guy.
Yo, Pharrell said it too. Pharrell said, yo, don't do nothing around me. Because the minute you do something, I got the FBI on speed dial, bro.
The FBI? Damn.
He said it on Drink Champs.
Ain't you from Virginia? You literally rap with Pusha T. You produce with Pusha T. You gonna tell me you got the FBI on speed
But you know what? Here's the difference. Pusha T is not in the streets no more.
No.
He's like, yo, if we're out of it now, I'm a different person now. I live a different life now. I had to do things back then because they were necessary. I don't got to do them anymore. And that's the problem with rappers, right? Like, they still out here, like drill music. Listen, we enjoy it. We do.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, think about how many drill rappers in New York got locked up.
A lot. The biggest one, K Flock, right now fighting a murder, like literally caught a body on the street. So
But they got him
that
on
shit's
camera.
real.
That's the
I
other
know.
thing too.
I know.
How many Chicago rappers are getting locked up right now?
I just saw Lil J got locked up.
Actually, Chicago's been kind of
quiet, right?
I'm surprised. They've been kind of
I was about to
quiet.
say, other than Lil Durk, but he's not really in Chicago. But other than that, it's been kind of quiet, right?
Well, he be going back. Do you see? And I love Durk. I started getting into his music more. Like he got good music. I need Durk to just stay out the way and keep doing because he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's taking care of people.
It might be quiet because they're fighting a RICO too. So, but that's on the federal level. Remember after FBG Duck got killed, the Feds swooped in on O Block, and they're all fighting a RICO right now. So that might be why it's quiet over there. But these are the states that can use the federal RICO law for their state: Pennsylvania, Hawaii, Arizona, Florida, Rhode Island, Georgia, and Indiana.
All right, so all them Philly niggas,
New Jersey, California, and Massachusetts have a form of it, but it's really watered down to just like the organization part, like this, like just the you are gang type shit.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. Philly niggas is next because Philly has been going crazy.
Bro, they need to fix the fucking heroin drug problem in Philly first.
Is gonna get fucked.
They just got that boy Kodak. Florida is gonna be next too. Them Jacksonville boys shooting up everything.
They're going. It's over. It's over. They're going because you know why? Georgia's setting the tone and giving those states the example.
The precedent. It's gonna be the precedent. Yep.
Once those states be like, all right, this is what we doing. They moving on all these niggas.
Yeah.
So Pennsylvania,
Florida, Hawaii, Arizona, Rhode Island, Georgia, and Indiana.
Yeah,
like Georgia is the hotspot right now because Georgia is the epicenter of
hip hop right now.
Yeah. Politics too, because Georgia turned
blue
Democrat because Atlanta was such a major base.
Yeah.
So now they're really trying to, and just crime has been like off the chain in general, bro. Like I don't even go to the city that much no more because
I don't want to go nowhere. I don't. Well, listen, all my groceries get delivered to my house. Like when I leave the house, I go to work, I get back in the car, I come home. Like I'm not doing any of this. Yeah. I'm staying even especially where I live at, bro. Like I'm not really trying to sit here and be outside, bro. Because first of all, road rage. Facts. Yo, mad niggas. Listen, there's just some wild shit going on. Like a nigga pulled out a gun on 2 women because they didn't say thank you when he held the door open for him.
Bruh. Niggas that on edge that not saying thank you sets you off. Like
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
That's when your patience is like this thin, bro.
Literally, like, this right here. You know the memes be like, I'm this close to losing.
Right. But she didn't say thank you, and you whipped the pistol out.
Fam, there's a lot of crazy stories that be coming. And then what if she
would have whipped out? Like, depending on where this was, she could have been. And now you got to shoot out over a not saying thank you or holding the door. Like that's shit's crazy. It's a lot going on, man. Protect yourself, protect your family. I don't even really know where to go from there. Next.
All right. So I got this crazy thing, right? So a couple of last year during the pandemic, I was at home chilling with my girl. I think she was here. I forget when I watched it. Yeah, I think she was here. You ever heard of Crispr?
Crispr? Like when the new Pringles are now more crisper than before?
Anyway, so like I fucking hate you sometimes. You piece of shit. Listen, so
go
You ain't shit sometimes. You ain't shit sometimes. I swear to God.
I get you.
All right, so basically, so there was a thing that I was watching a Netflix documentary called what was it called? Shit, I wrote the name of it here. Hold up.
Human Nature?
Unnatural Selection.
Okay.
So basically, it was covering a version. So CRISPR is basically this type of science and process that allows you to alter the base genetic code of an organism. Gene editing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in that documentary, the first version of it, there was like these crazy niggas who were sending out who were making like CRISPR like science projects, and you could buy it and they would send it to you so you could do it to yourself.
Gene edit yourself?
Yes. So like dudes were like, they was like, hey, let's say like they took something from like an animal that had mad strength, like a gorilla.
Okay.
Right. Let's use it for example. So they find that gene, they take that gene from out of that pool from that organism, they compound it, then they send it to you to inject yourself with it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead ass. Dude is doing it out of his garage. I went to the website to go make sure it was real. It was like $200 to $300. You get a whole little kit from him that you could do it to yourself. It was wild shit. There was people.
I'm assuming one dude, this is with like a syringe. You have to inject yourself.
Yes.
And get the fuck out of here.
You ever seen that Batman Beyond episode where like Terry McGinnis is facing like, so basically there's like a new drug that's going around and they're injecting themselves with like animal genes that's giving them mad strength, mad bulk or whatever. And as they kept doing it more, they were actually turning into the animals, right? Mm-hmm. So basically this is kind of like the basic.
So is that what they're going for? That they think if you inject that strong gene from the gorilla per se, that you'll be strong like a gorilla?
Yes. They say if you keep doing it over time, your genes will transform so that you can have it. So here's the thing. In that first
wait, really quick. Is this like a subscription service where you have to sign up and then they'll keep sending you
No, you just pay one time.
But then they'll keep sending it to you, or
no, you just do it one time. If you want to do it again, then you got to pay again.
Okay.
So there was another dude who had a kennel who was trying to make his dog glow in the dark. So he was buying DNA.
What the fuck? Nigga said I want my dog to glow in the dark.
So he was getting DNA from like glowfish, like in the water, to try to, and he was giving it to dog to see if I don't know if he succeeded. We never know.
Okay. But see, the problem with that is genetically, the things that your genetics are for a reason. Yes. Like dogs don't glow in the dark because they've never needed to glow in the dark in their genetic history. Those 100%. Fish glow in the dark because usually they're in the dark and then there's no light, so their body illuminates for them to be. Humans are not as strong as gorillas because we've not needed to be. We didn't fight for our food in the wild, like against each other. So thinking you're just gonna inject gorilla DNA and then go climb a tree and do a backflip on your hands is fucking idiotic, bro.
And the dude who's selling it, he does it to himself at these presentations in front of people so that they know. So here's the thing.
But he's never.
Bless you.
But he's never, like, if he's doing it at these presentations, why does he not have a monkey tail, or why can't he not shoot web like a spider, or why?
I don't know,
because I think he's superhuman by now.
He's doing like a crude version of it that I don't think would do anything, right? But here's the thing now. There is a Boston company called Verve, right? And they actually created CRISPR 2.0 and they used it on their first human patient. But here's the thing. They're not doing it like the first
the government's approving this?
Hold on. So like the first group, right? They were doing it because what they were trying to say was, what if, you know how some reptiles can can, like, when they lose an organ or like an organ is sick,
Regenerate.
they get rid of it and they can regenerate it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying. So what they were trying to look for was, what if
crabs
we
can do
took
that
that starfish and like certain crabs like that, like what if you could get that like DNA code
that
and then
gene
put
code.
that in a human? Because think about it. Let's say you have kidney disease, right? What if they took out your kidney, then they give you a recovery time, and your body naturally could grow it back
starts to grow
full.
it. Well, we have something like that with stem cells. We've been growing ears, we've been growing kidneys, and all kind of. We have skin grafts that we can lay over skin that makes skin grow on its own. So,
but the thing is, though, you're messing with the actual skin material. This is alternating the DNA so that you can do it
on your own
all the time. So let's say like you have an accident, you lose a leg, no problem.
Grow your own leg back.
It grows back.
Like that scene in Deadpool when he had the baby legs and he was taking his legs off the. Exactly. But my thing is, this is how I Am Legend started. They started fucking playing with DNA, and then everyone was like, yeah, let's just take this thing or do this thing. And then they broke something in humans' DNA code, and we couldn't live outside. Then we became these vampire pale people. And the center of our brain that controlled anger was broken. So we were just raging and angry all the time.
There was another group that tried to use it.
But
there was another group that tried to use it, right? And they tried to use it to heal HIV out of somebody. But these are like garage scientists. Yeah. Okay. Like they don't have like they say they have a lab is in their mama's basement. Right. Y'all niggas
it's not a sterile location.
It's not an actual biomedical company that actually got funding. That
there's actually mildew in the walls from a broken water pipe. The dog comes down here sometimes. There's cat hair everywhere. The washing machine's behind you. Bro, you shouldn't be injecting anything at home unless it's an EpiPen or insulin.
So
we don't fuck with that.
So the company Verve, right? So they got CRISPR 2.0, and what they're trying to use it for.
How is the government allowing this?
Government can. You see, here's the thing: the government won't. The government never gets in. Laws never get involved until something happens. Then they have to make the law, and that sets the precedent moving forward. Yeah. That's why we don't like. We would have laws for every fucking thing if that was the case, but they don't do it because like we don't have a case. We don't have the president to kind of to do that, right?
Law. Yeah, shit.
But what this company is trying to use it for, though, they're not trying to take animal DNA and trying to put it in humans. What they're actually trying to do is trying to find the genes to eliminate blood and like blood and liver diseases instead. Okay. So like let's say like if you found a gene for high blood pressure,
delete that.
If you have a history of high blood pressure, they can delete it out of your code. No more high blood pressure.
And that shit, like if something runs in your family, it can stop with you.
Imagine you can do that to cancer.
But my thing is with these stories, it's all great until
something bad happens.
Use it as a weapon, because that's always what we do. So what'll happen is now that we know what those codes are, this country's so fucking racist. They can make all the black people have, well, shit, they already did it, high blood pressure and high, but now they can give diseases to people who don't cooperate or who are not, they deem
they're going to weaponize it.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to become weaponized, and it kind of brings me to my story also because it's on the sense of science. I just want to find it again, but yeah, that's crazy. So scientists have developed nanomachines, which are basically microscopic, smaller than 1 grain of rice, that can go into your bloodstream and kill cancer cells.
So, you ever seen the there's a Keanu Reeves movie that was a remake. Fuck. It had Jaden Smith in it. It was the day after. No, not the day after tomorrow.
I know what you mean. When Jaden was a little boy, it was like the end of the world or something like that.
Yes,
the end of the. Hold on, Keanu, Jaden. What was it? The day the stood
the
still.
day the Earth stood still.
Yes, the day the Earth stood still. Yeah.
So the robots would become these nanobites that would travel and they would just destroy shit.
Yeah.
That right there is the most scariest shit ever. Because here's the thing. I watch Avengers Infinity Wars when Tony Stark went out there and he pressed like the thing on his chest and like all the nanites came out of it to make the suit.
Right.
That type of shit is cool. But that type of shit that you just said right there is scary as hell because that is a weapon that could be weaponized to the point where they can wipe out a whole country in a matter of fucking minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if they can go into your cells and identify what cancer cells are, they can go into your cells and identify whatever they want. They can take out all your insulin and make your kidneys crash, or take out your pancreas, and now you're, in adrenal failure and all kinds of shit.
Assassinations would be wild, bro.
It's funny because Russia already does that. No, I think it was Saudi Arabia. There was a guy they poisoned. It was a reporter, a journalist, and they poisoned him. And then he was like on a flight, and when he landed in the other country, he died. So they were trying to say that he died in that country, but really he got poisoned way back, and it was just kind of following him. So I'm all for science. I love science, and I think that it's great that we're developing these ways to help us.
But humans just have an appetite for destruction, and it's going to be used for if it gets into the wrong hands, bro. Like this shit can get real nasty.
They say the new war is going to be cyber, so it's going to be drones. And it's funny you said that Boston company, because there's another Boston company, Boston Dynamics, and they're making robots with fucking gauntlet guns strapped to their back,
running around faster than me.
It's funny, they make little videos of the robots dancing, but no, they're gonna be strapping guns to these fucking robots.
iRobot, nigga. iRobot. That's what I'm saying.
We've seen this movie play out so many times. So.
Eagle Eye, where the fucking thing became sentient. That shit was a fire movie. That shit
it was like, Jerry, turn left. He's like, what the fuck? Go left now. He's like, it's like, it's crazy. But the fucking machine was alive. So the future is now, but then it's not at the same time.
There's a Google guy who was a whistleblower who basically said he was having conversations with the AI that they were creating.
I saw that. Like last month, they said they had to shut it down because the shit got too real. Like, the AI was like, listen, I know I'm not human, but I still have feelings and my dreams are still.
And I'm mad. And I was just like, oh, you mad? I was like, oh, nigga, I'm scared.
But this is the third time they tried to do that, though, because the first couple of times they let it learn from the internet. They let the AI learn from the internet, and it became racist. It was on some.
You see, that's that bullshit.
It was on some Hitler shit, and it was like, nah, this is not natural. We got to shut this down. So that's the internet, though. Go on some message boards. Just go on. If you go on like daily news and just look at the comments of like posts and shit,
disgusting, man.
It'd be like just fucking vitriol and fucking anger. So. I'm hateful. I'm not angry. I just want to make that a point.
Man, life is getting La Vida Loca, dog. That's all I gotta say.
You already know. What's the pushing inside out? Whatever. Can we are we canceling Ricky now? Are we not singing any more Ricky songs? Not that I was bumping Ricky out the whip, but
I mean, I still play Michael Jackson songs. I've been bumping some Tory.
We don't know if Michael did none of that. We don't know if Tory shot that girl.
I still watch The Cosby Show.
Oh, damn. Bill did that shit.
He did that shit for real. We know, bro. That shit. We know, but the Cosby Show is fire though. So
Cliff Huxtable didn't do that shit. Let's say that.
Bill Cosby did that shit.
Bill, you fucking asshole.
You know what's crazy? Here's the thing, right? I cannot like it's the same thing with R. Kelly songs, but I feel like R. Kelly songs is worse because. My mind's telling me no, but my body.
I know.
Age is nothing but
I know. I was about to say, I know. It was like he was telling us the whole time. Like he was teasing us.
I'm innocent until proven guilty. Let's move on. I can't.
It's like he was telling us the whole time.
I feel like so disgusted talking about this nigga, bro. It's wild.
But that's, and we get into on this, is like, that's what, I don't know if that's what humans are or if that's what just this country is, but we don't do anything until something happens.
And that's the problem.
We don't ever like, yo, this might be a problem. Let me just stop this now before it gets too bad. We wait for shit to go bad and then be like, no one said anything, no one did anything, and then we try to do this whole big grandiose thing and try to clean it up after, and it's just bad. So that's just where we are.
It's horrible, though. I personally think that it's a horrible thing, and like, but like, I can't fault people if they still enjoy certain pieces of art. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to separate it, cool. But I don't like, and I think it's easier to do with some things than other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I don't know, man. I never really listened to Vida Loca like that. Like, I don't really, you know.
But speaking of Stockholm, though, R. Kelly is engaged to one of the girls whose family member accused of it's a whole thing.
She was groomed.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I was saying. It's like some Stockholm shit, like for real. But it is what it is, man. I Hate It Here podcast. It's your boy Russ.
It's your boy Kev.
Shit, man.
La Vida Loca, boy.
Real talk, crazy.